Hello, fans. Welcome to another edition of A Show to Be Named Later. We're back after a long hiatus of a couple weeks. We've been working pretty hard, so we've kind of neglected the show a little bit. Once again, I'm Chase, and with the finger point, Will.
Know it.
Back at you coming again, talking about some sports topics. We've had a couple weeks off to talk about things that have been happening in SEC football, NFL football. I know we had the Ryder Cup go on during our hiatus, so we'll probably
Did it go on? They actually show up?
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
they
right.
showed.
They
showed, Phil spoke, and they left.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
All right, so what's up? What you think about? Let's start off with SEC. What we got going on in SEC the last couple weeks?
Well, I think we have finally seen the real Alabama offense that they've been trying to put together.
Man, I hope so.
This was not the dumbed-down version. I think that Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban decided they were going to open up a can, and just happened to be Florida who they opened up the can against. Amari Cooper for Heisman. Just go ahead and give me one of those.
He's still third in the Heisman voting. Are you kidding me with that? Third?
Well, they got some dude from Birmingham and up in Nebraska who's running over Mary Typewriter School.
Abdullah?
Yeah, but I mean he's playing like three teams from Canada.
The only reason that kid is in the Heisman running is because he pulled a miracle out of his ass against an FCS school. Yeah. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, there's three schools from Canada, and then there was McNeese State. So, I mean, I'm not real sure what the talent level was of what Nebraska's played so far. Illinois, who he ran for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half, and then sat on the bench for the second half. I mean, you and I could run against Illinois. And, I mean, I don't know if anybody has seen my 40 time lately, but in loafers, it's not real swoof.
Mine's pretty quick.
In loafers?
In flip-flops.
In flip-flops.
I can get it, yeah. Because I kick the flip-flops off about 20 yards, and then that's when the afterburners come on.
Gotcha. All right. So, yeah, I think Amari Cooper is the guy that, everybody needs to be paying attention to. And this guy, it's for you to do what he does as a receiver, and you don't touch the ball on every play, is extremely impressive.
Something like 10 catches, 201 yards, 3 touches against Florida.
And by the way, he did all of that against, forgive me, I can't recall the guy's name from Florida. It doesn't really matter because he got trampled on.
Yeah.
But he was, going into this year, he was a preseason All-American second team. He was one of the premier cornerbacks in the country. He was supposedly one of the top 10 cornerbacks in the country.
Cooper owned him.
Owned him.
I
mean, the kid should have just stayed at home.
Yeah.
He looked like Cooper playing against kindergarten.
Well, talking about Alabama, I mean, I was...
the game where I intercepted you a couple times, Scott Aloof intercepted you a couple times, in the backyard game where you got to
bring old stuff up?
7 picks.
I had 3 8-year-olds on my team.
7
You got to be kidding me with that.
7 picks. By the way,
I didn't
4
throw 7 picks.
You did too, and
7 picks,
and 4 went for scores. So anyway, all right, then we're getting.
I'm a better quarterback with that, but anyway, I got to let you folks know that I was downright giddy. Okay, over the weekend over Alabama's offense. I have never seen Alabama's offense put up 645 yards of offense. Everybody questioned Saban hiring Kiffin. Would it work?
No.
I mean, nobody thought it was a good hire, and Saban said that himself. He's like, nobody thought it was a good hire, but except for me.
Well, I don't think there was a question about Lane Kiffin's knowledge on offense. More of whether his demeanor and his style fit the Nick Saban keep your mouth shut until I tell you otherwise.
Well, I think everybody was a little apprehensive to find out if Saban could keep his thumb on Lane Kiffin like he's been able to do everybody under his umbrella over his career. So far, so good.
Right.
Knock on wood. We might have an interview come out tomorrow with Lane saying some crazy stuff, but so far it's been great. Alabama looks like they're hitting their stride, which is awesome. The defense looked better. Really, the only bad thing that you can take away from that game was the 3 turnovers, which are correctable. The game should have been 52-7. I mean, it should have been more of a beatdown than it was. But Bama's going to Ole Miss this weekend. That's going to be one of the biggest games in the SEC. There's a lot of big games in the SEC this weekend. You got Bama at Ole Miss, LSU traveling over to Auburn, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M State over in Starkville.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge game. I'm really proud of State. I've always been a secondary State fan. I've always pulled for State. They've always been kind of like the stepbrother to me. But I'm proud of those guys are coming up. Just don't come up too much when you come to Tuscaloosa.
Well, I mean, and this was a season, going into this season, a lot of people put Dan Mullen on the quote-unquote hot seat Felt like he had the best team he's probably had all year, and if he couldn't get it done this year, when was he going to get it done? But I mean, if you're if you're pulling for a team in the SEC West, this right now is where the season starts.
Yeah,
right now, right here. So, that's why this is an interesting deal. That is the bell. It's a very sweet sounding bell.
And Hesterman didn't turn it off after one blow. One blow, Hesterman, it's gone.
Right, that's it. All right, so do us a favor. Follow us on YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at WCP Sports Talk, and follow us on Twitter at SportsWCP. Until then, we appreciate you guys coming out and watching. Have a good night.
Peace out.
And standing in for Chase Clark and Will Fisher, I'm Phil Hesterman, and this is WCP Sports.